been getting a lot of questions about injections and Botox, which has been making me laugh because I appreciate you guys telling me that my skin looks good. I feel like, you guys, I'm in a really good zone at the moment, but I have always been a skincare junkie. Yes, I have tried Botox. I'm not completely sold on it. I have really been attributing, I did invest in the Zip, the microcurrent, and I have been using that at least 3 times a week. I have done a couple videos on them, but you guys, they kind of seem like they're boring and a lot of people don't tend to like them. If you want me to do another one of them, I'm happy to, but I am swearing by the microcurrent. So I had tried I'm scared of fillers. So basically what I have underneath, I always wanted my eyes, you know, the crinkly, the extra skin over here. There's some of these things that they can't really help. So you can get a little bit of a mini eye lift with a little Botox up here. This has never been my issue. I'm not a big 11s person, but I really have tried. They've done a little bit through my eyes. And now I have to be honest, since I'm having Invisalign, I can tell that my jawline is changing. And the one thing that the woman was telling me that she would want to do is to actually do filler here because I'm getting the droop. I don't know if I'm going to do that because all of my friends who have done filler have really, I feel like they've regretted it. Maybe they liked it in the beginning, but that's just something that's a little bit more permanent, whereas the Botox was something that you can do and it's going to go away. I don't know if I'm going to do that because all of my friends who have done filler have really, I feel like they've regretted it. Maybe they liked it in the beginning, but that's just something that's a little bit more permanent, whereas the Botox was something that you can do and it's going to go away. But I would say that the Zip microcurrent has been really good. But you guys, I will always be honest with you. If I'm going to go partake in some, I will let you know. So are you a woman of faith? That's a really good question. So you guys, I would consider yes. I grew up Catholic, but I am not a big church goer, but I am a believer. I really do. I love my yoga practice and I really find myself walking meditations. I would say I'm a believer, but maybe not in the traditional way, like do I have a church home or anything like that. We have tinkered around with different kind of churches from all the places that we have moved. And basically we will partake sometimes, but I wouldn't say that that is a big part of my life. I would definitely say it is a big part of my inner life, but not necessarily if it's more of a traditional, do I go to church every Sunday? Let me see what else. Okay. And any advice for mature women who need to get in shape? Never have had to work out before, metabolism slowing down, running around with kids, but need to now. Yoga, weights, what's good? Okay, so you guys, this could be a whole video, but I'm just gonna dive in just a little bit. Weightlifting is going to be your best friend if you are above, I wanna say definitely 45, probably 40. That's going to be the most transformative for your body. I love yoga. And when I went through yoga teacher training, you guys, that was the best shape I've ever been in. But I attribute that to the meditation part as well as the physical activity of yoga. There is just something really special about yoga, and I think it's that stretching, strengthening, but it's that mindful piece. I have been, when I was doing during yoga teacher training, my food was completely aligned. I was very at peace with food, very at peace with my body. I just think there's something special and unique about it. Weights is my second. So a lot of the people I work with, I love to run as well. I've had to slow down due to some of my back issues. I have a hip that likes to just pop out a little bit. So having to rearrange, but cardio always will like make us feel good. Love to get sweaty and all of this, but cardio, all of that stuff raises your cortisol level. So if you are not doing some sort of balanced workout, i.e. you could do a couple days of jogging, but you also need to get in and do that weight training, do that yoga and that stretching. So it's a whole combination of things, but I would say if you really want to transform your body, weightlifting is going to be the key. Muscle weighs more than fat. You can actually weigh more on the scale, but look littler and teenier when you are lifting weights. And I just see this all the time. So I find that a lot of my clients, they love the cardio part, but then they don't want to do the weightlifting. But I always have to force them, like, that's only something you can do for 20 minutes and it can make a huge impact. You guys, I'm happy to do a whole video on that as well. Let me know. I have a lot of information behind that. Okay, just a minute. There's some other good ones here. Okay. Which is one of the best foods everyone should add to their body? So you guys, there isn't really one food. I always go by like my little Bliss method mantra. You should always have a good fat, fiber, protein, and then I like to throw in greens. This is your building blocks for all of your good meals. And again, this is probably a really good video to do. But you need those good fats. I grew up in the fat-free age where fat was bad. As I've gotten older, definitely changing my whole mindset over fat. Fat is very important. Your fiber, that's really your fruits and vegetables. That is a very important key. Protein, you need that as part of your balanced overall meal. And then your greens, you guys, I add that in because I feel like that's the one thing I don't think a lot of people get in their diet, and I find that it just is the best thing that's going to boost your immune system and really give you that energy. So it's the 4 pieces, but I would actually say, you know, get those dark leafy greens in, and I will definitely, that really gives me a good idea to do a video on because that's something I'm very passionate about. Alana was talking about balance, and you guys, that is like one of my big overall themes for my Bliss Holistic Health is about finding that balance. I'm a big 80-20 philosophy. I want you to have joy in your life and eating, but having that balance, and that goes along with skincare, makeup, all of that kind of stuff. So again, that's going to be a really good conversation as we go forward, and I have a lot of information, but I also think that's one of the keys. Okay, just a minute. Oh, what is your education and how does it relate to your job? Okay, you guys, so I am college graduate in a marketing degree. And then again, as I said, my whole journey, I have gone through extensive, I have done a lot of education in nutrition, health and wellness field, and detoxification, tons of that stuff. And I always am building onto my toolbox of skills. So i.e. I have to keep up my continuing education. So every year I pick something that I'm really intrigued by and doing that. As far as on the beauty side, I have tinkered with becoming an esthetician because of my love for this. One funny story is that when I was younger, you know, you have to do homework about what you want to be when you grow up. And I literally took this book. It was like a career book. And they had you fill out all your interests and do this, like maybe it was the color parachute or something like that. Anyways, I spent hours doing it, and then I came up with that I wanted to be a cosmetologist. Like I just knew this was what my passions, that's where they lie. So I went downstairs and I told my parents about this. And let's just say it literally did not go over well. Like my mom was like, you just want to be the lady behind the counter, like the makeup counter. And I don't know, let's just say it got shot down way back when. And so I've always kind of had a little bit of a bugaboo with that. As far as what your parents' expectations should be and this and that, because this has always been in me. So needless to say, went a little bit of a different route. And then it says a request at some point, will you do a mother of the bride for a summer wedding look? Absolutely. Now, you guys, I am not a makeup artist. I am just an enthusiast. I always get worried. You guys are so sweet to me because I do very everyday looks. But I do, yes, I do go and get makeovers from makeup artists and have lots of friends in the beauty industry. So this is a huge passion. One of my best friends is an esthetician, and she and I, like, you know, I have learned tons from her, but I had said, oh, should I go to esthetician school? She's like, girl, you know more than than a lot of the people. So I don't, but let's just say I do a lot of research on that kind of stuff. So I am just a skincare and makeup enthusiast, but I've been one since the young age, and now I'm 50. So I feel like I've had many a years to tinker. Okay, I think that is it for now, you guys. I hope I answered most of your questions, but you guys gave me a lot of great content for videos. And you guys, I love doing the makeup stuff, but I literally have a whole wealth of knowledge about healthy eating and exercise and balance and all of that kind of stuff. So I am very happy to add some of, I really want to mix some of that content in. So you guys can kind of let me know if there's some specific subjects that you would like for me to talk about. I am so happy to share whatever I do. And if I don't know the answer, I'm pretty good about finding resources, giving you kind of some tools of where to kind of look for those things. So you guys, this was super fun. I just appreciate you so much. And I will do another one of these at another date if we want to update it. But I just appreciate you caring about me and my background. And thank you as always for being so supportive.